we're so lucky in this country to have that opportunity as kids to be able to look at all of this wildlife so up close and be totally safe. You know, when I was growing up running around, I found a cobra in my shoes. My aunt had a python in her sofa. You can't commune with the natural world in the same way. I mean, there's a lot more biodiversity, but a lot of it's terrifying, like legit terrifying. So it's a great way to be able to see the natural world and be able to get over your fear of it.
Okay, let's take another question.
Hello panel, my name is Anna. My 6-year-old daughter is really keen on the idea of creating a rock garden, and I'd love to encourage her curiosity. We have a patch of earth about 1 metre square in a shady spot under our honeysuckle tree. I'm looking for some advice for how we start. Does it matter what kind of rocks? Where should we get them from? And what kind of plants would do well? I've always wanted to experiment with moss, but otherwise I don't know what plants to get. We'd love a bit of help in developing a plan so we can get creative.
I suppose we should start with the raw material of the rocks, because you have to be a little bit careful about that.
I can see that her daughter might like it, but it's 1 metre square. It's going to be quite difficult to make it look much, I think. Well, I was wondering whether she got her some big sinks, because she can then stand at them, and you can get things quite inexpensively on eBay and other sites like that. And you can get a nice selection, and you can get clean soil in that, because also this site sounded shady, but she could do it in a nice sunny little spot. A couple of raised sinks. They're brilliant for children. They look really nice. You can go and choose from garden centres plants that she really likes. Then she can develop it further, but I would start off on that way before she did any major sort of engineering, like a square metre. But otherwise, in that space, I mean, a moss garden, it would be fabulous, and with the climate change as it is, if she's in a wet, shady area, it might be brilliant, and it's a great carbon sink, isn't it? But I think the sink route would suit her better. Just raise them up, be a lovely project for a weekend.
James, you're the moss man.
Oh, I'm so excited about this project already. So I'm going to start with a disclaimer in that I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of this because I'm not a Vietnamese speaker. But there is a type of Vietnamese garden that is called something like Ho Non Bo. And basically what happens is the origins of bonsai come out of China, and as they're spread across the world, they start to become slightly modified in different places. Ho Non Bo are basically a miniature garden, a sort of a mystical Asian landscape created in miniature of lots of small little trees and alpines and things like moss. And there's a whole industry dedicated to selecting different types of rock that look like enormous geographical features, like whole Chinese mountains in miniature. It's hard to get those rocks here.